It's not the most needy case, but YUSEF SHUSHARI speaks for millions when he questions why Palestinian refugees should face more hardship because of politics. His family's $43 a month food allowance has already been lost in general cuts. He worries about his children's education because some teachers are now having to be laid off in UNRWA schools. And he's unemployed because his place on the agency's jobs program has ended and won't be renewed.
If we hadn't been kicked out of our homes in the first place, there wouldn't have been the need for a UN agency to give us services. They're not doing us any favours. We lost our land and everything. There wouldn't be UNRWA if there were no Palestinian refugees.
UNRWA covers every aspect of life for refugees in need, yet it's already facing a deficit estimated to be between $120 and $170 million. The Palestinian Authority says Donald Trump is trying to pressurize it by hurting those most in need. This UN agency, with its role in helping deprived and vulnerable people, is nothing to do with any attempt to get talks going again between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Yet it says the US action is making its situation almost impossible. Some are predicting the possibility of it actually collapsing.
This aid is not out of charity from the US or any other donor to UNRWA. This aid is born, and these funds are born from a responsibility that the United Nations and the international community as a whole has took upon itself following the adoption of Resolution 181, which resulted in the ethnic cleansing of more than half of the Palestinian population who lived in historical Palestine.
Only 3 days before this decision to hold back $45 million towards an UNRWA emergency food aid program, the US withdrew $65 million from the agency's general funding. The State Department says the latest action relates to a pledge it had withdrawn. It's not a cut, and so it could be reversed at some point. Those words are lost on this family, in poverty and struggling to make ends meet. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, Jalazone refugee camp in the occupied West Bank.